Podcast streaming here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live back in living color. My name is Carlos, the glass chinning film sling, Tinter breeding, hell raising, trailblazing, the one of one, often imitated, never duplicated, the Texas squeegee. And of course, I've got here the co-commentator, none other than
I mean, I'll go as crazy as you want, but you're the one with the big head. So, yeah, commentator Carly going to keep you in check. That's just it. That's
no, come on, Carly. Like look, Texas squeegee is often imitated, never duplicated. But I'm giving you a pass right now. So give me your best Texas squeegee impression announcing yourself.
I don't want to put you out of a job.
All right, it's all good, ladies and gentlemen. This is co-commentator David Carly here, joining us live.
You're struggling with me today. I don't know what your deal is. You're having some hard times with me today. That's okay.
Well, it's all the action going on, man. Like, I mean, when you have 18 teams, right? The betting platform just got released. When you've got 18 teams, and you've got all this data that you need to compute in order to make some bets on here. It's a lot. I'm a little bit discombobulated because with the teams that we have, and they're stacked the way that they are, former champions, current champions. I mean, how do you expect me to kind of like know where to put my money behind me with this kind of like a roster that we have going into Tinter Battles 26? I mean, this is probably the best starting roster that this industry has ever seen.
I mean, our job is to tell the story, right? Well, my job is to tell the story and keep you from getting too excited so you don't lose it. So, but I mean, I don't worry about that. Like I'm just here to tell a story. And I think that if everybody, really just digs into the information a little bit and I think they can find it with themselves and make the right choice. But here's what I also want people to do. I want them to know that at any point in our industry, somebody can come out of the shadows like Kyle Whalen and Mike Powell did last year. So there really is no clear favorite in this. There's a lot of accolades and a lot of championships here won and stuff but this is a different platform, man. This is exciting.
Well, you were mentioning like last time, it's that a platform like this, especially at Tinter Battles, I mean, this is where legends are broken or legends are made. And we mentioned in previous shows that there are people that can walk into this, like literally have zero, almost no recognition, which we do have a couple of people who it's their first time coming to a show. But at the end of the day, man, like any one of these guys can really take it home. And I think that there's a lot riding on the current champions with Mike Powell and Kyle Whalen, who they truly haven't. They're going pretty much on a 3-year anniversary of not defending their titles. And it's not entirely their fault. It's just the belts themselves haven't really been up for grabs since Tinter Battles Amelia Island. So now we're bringing it back, which is obviously a huge anticipation. Was that time off? Was that going to serve them better? Mike Powell doesn't install as often as he used to. I don't think he does. I'm not really sure, but Kyle Whalen, he's been doing more flat glass, and this is an automotive tinting competition that he has to defend. I don't know what the odds are going to be for guys like those.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just know that at the end of the day, when all the squeegees are down and the dust settles, we'll find out. And that's what I'm excited for, but nothing else. I'm not going to fast forward. I'm going to live in the moment.
I'm going to do a quick systems check here, make sure that we're live and running on the other accounts there. But anyways, how's your week with Thanksgiving?
Good, man. Really good. I didn't have to hear your mouth. That was always a blessing.
Yeah, you did. Well, and actually not Thanksgiving Day.
No, it's good, man. It's always I spent some time with some family and friends and just kind of detached, and I hope you did the same, but I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you were in a mirror talking to yourself and letting yourself know.
No, that's not the case. We actually had some a lot of delicious food and happy tint giving for all of the Window Tinter audiences that are going to be watching not only live but are watching us in the future. They're moving forward. Now, what I was curious, David, commentator Carly, was what kind of names are you going to have for the technicians or the competitors coming up, given that we just went through a Thanksgiving feast and you were coming up with pizza flip, you were coming up with other things. I mean, I'm not sure what. I mean, is the turkey-based a technique you might reference here? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got some ideas. I don't think we're trying to sell food, but it's starting to look that way. So I don't know. I got some ideas.
Speaking of which, we have one of the competitors, Jordan Shady J Jernigan, a team of Shady Blades, I believe, there for the automotive team competition. You can bet on Jordan right now Jordan, he might be making an appearance later. He might not. We're going to find out here. And of course, we can't obviously pass up none other than the Flat Glass Battles world champion, Marcus Quintana, one half of the teams with Flat Glass Joe, who will be set to defend their titles on January 10th and the 11th for their in the Flat Glass division there. And Flat Glass Battles is not yet listed on the Streambet.tv website, but they will be listed by the time the show gets here. And David, commentator Carly, Marcus has amassed himself a massive audience there online on the social media platforms at Tinter Battles. And we're going to see if maybe that confidence in the comment section is going to transfer over to Money in the Bank for Streambet.tv and backing that team there.
I think Mark's, when I release the flat glass teams, and I'm going to work with Streambet this week on getting that released correctly, we're going to see another real pop and excitement. So it's just all getting fun now, man. I don't know what else to say to you. This is where the rubber meets the road, and we really start to have a great time.
Yeah, for those that are watching as well, one of some of the excitement and the idea for having a sports betting platform like Streambet.tv was the fact that the most commented comment in the videos that we had been releasing the last couple of months was, where can people bet on this? And so we wanted to make that possible, which is pretty historic and monumental in the window film industry because it's never been done before. And so the fact that it's got the popularity of it has grown enough, and the demand for it has grown enough that people, like everyday people, want to get behind some of these competitors and bet behind them is monumental in itself. And then we're incredibly grateful to Streambet.tv for partnering with us on this next year's coming show in order to allow an entire world and the fan base to really truly get tinteractive with a lot of the competitors coming on here. So it's like it's every single year, Carly. Every single year, it seems like the theme for Tinter Battles is like record breaking, establishing new things, like leaps of growth and leaps in bounds. I mean, it's finding the tintertainment in this quirky industry we call the window film industry.
One of the things that people always did is want to bet on this stuff and like always talking trash. Well, here's your chance. Now it just got real, right? As it was
literally
just got real.
Put your money where your mouth is, right?
Yeah,
on Streambet.tv. That's the website. So anyways, without further ado, I'm going to bring on one of the officials from Streambet.tv to help walk us through the system and answer some live Q&As for the show here. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, bringing on from Streambet.tv, Jeff here joining us on the live.
What's up, Jeff? Doing? Thanks for having me. What's up, Carlos? Hey, David.
What's up, man? And there we go. Hey.
Nice.
Updates here coming on the StreamYard platform. But hey, Jeff, so how are you feeling, man? This is it's got to be the first time you're having anything window tinting related. For those who are watching us for the first time and who will be watching this after the stream is over, give us a quick recap and summary of what Streambet.tv is.
Yeah, totally. And thank you for having me. And I've really enjoyed, I just want to say before I get started, learning so much about window tinting through you guys. It's amazing to like meet you and get plugged into the community and learn about this awesome sport. So yeah, so basically Streambet.tv, the history of it, it's actually quite funny. We started out as a meme page, right? It was a meme page that I created, and I just saw that there were all these amazing like neo sports happening online that were getting tons of plays, getting tons of engagement, such as yourselves. And I thought, wow, what if there could be a place where folks could bet or wager on these, the outcome of these types of events, right? And a lot of these events, despite having all of the like engagement online, they weren't able to get access to places like DraftKings or some of the larger sports books that are out there. So we saw a big gap in the market and decided to build for a solution that we thought should exist, more or less, and that's how Streambet started. The way the platform works is we operate under what's called a subscription sweepstakes platform. So if you actually go to Streambet.tv to bet on Tinter Battles, you'll see there's effectively two different types of currencies. So there's what's called gold coins and sweep coins. So for us, we provide a way for people to bet for free, effectively. You can bet no monetary value. It's just if you want to give it a shot, and it's just sort of a fun way to get your feet wet and try it, you're welcome to do that. And then if you purchase some gold coins, you can get a bonus of sweep coins, which can be redeemed to cash. So when you get in there, there's like a little toggle in the upper right. You can choose which currency you want to bet. And yeah, we hope it's going to be a fun and enjoyable experience for you. We hope it's going to be a great way to get actually invested in the outcome of the event, which we think should be, a lot of fun and great for everyone.
Yeah, that's for us. It was pretty exciting. David Carley was, in his own words, a degenerate gambler that was really advocating for having this bets, because I saw the comments, and so I see all the comments that come through our social media, and it was one of those. It'd be pretty cool to offer this at some point in the future, but I just I didn't see how to bridge that. And David Carley was the one who was really spearheading this. So shout out to David Carley for really making this happen and making it possible. And not only that, man, it's also for the people that are competing as well. It's for them, it allows people to really get rally behind them for the show and, put their money where their mouth is. But I wanted to actually go ahead and stream let me see, we're going to do a share screen here of the streambet.tv here. So, okay, cool. All right, let me see if it's on there. Perfect. Okay, so on the website itself, we see right here on the left side, we have Window Tinting World Championship on Tesla Model 3, which is the official sports vehicle for Tinter Battles. And currently right now, we have Korean connection at 73.53%. What does the percentage mean in something like this?
Yeah, absolutely. So the way our system works is it is a prediction and pool type model, right? So everyone places their bets, it goes into a pool, and then winner and losers are declared after the event. And the percentage that you're seeing here is how much has been invested in which betting variable, right? So it would mean the Korean connection has basically the audience has decided that they're the most favored to win at this given moment. 73% chance. So yeah,
that's a pretty high chance. And Korean connection is the team of Byung-Yul Park from South Korea, and then Eliad Bello, he's a Puerto Rican as well, residing there in Orlando, Florida. Man, that's a pretty good odds, though. You go from 73%, and then there's 10% for the next one on the team of your mom's crush.
Yeah. So I don't know, maybe some folks who are on the team did a better good job of marketing this, or someone came in and put in a lot of money. But yeah, it seems like as of right now, the Korean connection seems to be the most favored or bet on outcome for the event.
So when I click on 17 more right here, is there a way for us to see the rest of the odds on the rest of the teams?
Yeah, so we ended up listing the odds. You can view that at blog.streambet.tv. So I put it in the chat here, but yeah, that's if you want to get some additional information around some of the past competitors' achievements, how they've done at other events. That's a great place to get some additional information if you're on the fence about who you want to place your pick on.
I see. David Carley, you've got any comments here? Commentator Carley?
No, I mean, I love what we're doing. I mean, I'm just in awe, like you know what I mean? Like, first I just have to say, it's like watching this come to life. One of the questions I had was, so basically I was reading something in it, and it says, is it 4 times max wager payout? Did I understand that correctly?
Correct. Yeah.
So if you bet 100, the max you can do is you can win is 3. Is that correct?
Yeah, that would be correct. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to say, no, go ahead, Carley.
No, I just want to know, what was the link for the blog you said?
I was just blog.streambet.tv. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me see if I can pull it up here on my end, and then I'll put it onto the chat here. All right. So there's that. Let's go ahead and screen share. 1 second here. So this is what it's going to look like. So this is a separate site, or that's blog.
Blog, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you click on, I think like read more.
I see. So this is cool. Oh, I see. Oh, perfect. All right. So right here is where we have their accolades per se. We got Shaded Militia there. He's a former XL Dealer Conference champion, and we have Shady Goddess right there. Shade Slingers as well. Your Mom's Crush. Pretty much the entire team is listed on here. I mean, like this is Korean Connection number 6 right there, and you could probably see why they have the highest odds. I mean, in a list like this, the only one, David Commentator Carly, you're looking at this, right? You see Eliad Bello, he got the Tinter Battles Gap champion, but beyond that, man, Byung-Yul Park has got nothing on Tinter Battles. It's his first time coming to the show. But, you know, with every other, really with a list of accomplishments like this, he's definitely got the odds going into it.
Yeah. I mean, there's look what can be said about some of these guys, and this is strong. I mean, this is as strong as a field as we've ever seen. I mean, look what's at what they can accomplish. I mean, the first ever bet on event. There's just so much here to win. This is why the big boys came out to play. You know what I mean? This is exactly why.
Now, Jeff, is there a point in which the what do you call it? Is there a point in which the bets are going to close?
Yeah, correct. So basically right before the event starts, we will manually lock the bets. Might be the night before, probably.
Yeah.
The actual event. And then we'll wait, since your event is going to be 2 days, right? Basically, we'll link up with you after the event, verify the winners, make sure, the winners are the winners, and then we will declare who won, and then the payouts will disperse, and folks will get emails and messages regarding the status of whether they won or lost. And hopefully once you've won, it's just as easy to cash out as it is to deposit. So,
and then we've got a question here, Dustin Gonzalez, who asks, what's the max bet? I guess what's the maximum amount
the maximum amount. So that's a good question. You could theoretically bet a large sum, but the maximum you could get paid out would be relative to the pool, right? Yeah. So
it makes sense. What I want to know, Dustin, is who do you have your money on that you want to max out your bets on? That's what I want to know. I mean, like who is it? Who's the guy that's like that he's asking for? Obviously, you're asking for a reason, so I want to know what team you're going to back. And then we have Jordan Shady J Jernigan. He's asking, who does Jeff has his money on?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to. So as much as I would love to put my money where my mouth is, because I'm part of the platform, we have a policy to not do that. But I mean, kind of putting it back on you two. I mean, I know you probably similarly are not going to be able to place bets yourselves, but I imagine that's the case. But do you have a sense of like who's like the underdog right now, in your opinion? I mean, you guys are the experts.
Oh man, let's see. If we're looking at let's pull this back up. If we're looking at this, I would say underdogs. Carly, in this situation, would you probably say that? I would say is number 2. I would say is Shady Goddess, man. I feel like they're the underdogs in this.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just out of lack of like.
I think event exposure, competition exposure, they really haven't had like a lot of the time that some of these other guys have had to rack up some wins. So I would probably say your Mom's Crush, I don't know, man. They've got more experience for sure. They don't have like the accolades, but man, you just there's a couple people here. I don't know who would you say would be the underdog situation in this, Carly?
I would say the most to gain and the least amount to lose is Shady Goodness, right? Like I think of it a little differently.
Shady Goddess, not goodness.
Yeah, sorry. God, going 100 miles an hour today. So to me that they have so much to gain from this. I don't know if they'll feel the pressure the same as someone like the Korean Connection, right? Like we look at them as being probably the favorite overall because of the 2 people, and then you have Fernando, but they have more to lose because they're expected to do well. So the pressure on them is immense, right? I would much rather go into a competition like this and not have as much pressure on me. If I finish, wherever I finish, it's not really a big deal. But if I'm expected to win, I mean, if you're Michael Jordan and you lose a championship, it's a whole different level of pressure. So it'll push some ice water into some people's veins, especially what we do. And usually you and I can tell, and everyone else can tell, 2 minutes in, watching their hands and how they react, how well they're going to do usually. So I don't know. I would say lack of experience is that team. But then I would tell you that LU and Beyond Park, there's a lot of pressure on them 2 guys. A lot of pressure.
Well, I mean, with odds going into it the way that
Yeah,
they do, I
those
mean,
odds.
you're talking about like Puerto Rico and South Korea. I mean, they're really opposite sides of the globe. It seems. I don't know how they're going to do coming into it. They've competed together in the past, but they're not practicing together, and that may factor into why somebody might want to put bets on somebody else. Is just maybe the proximity of it and having more practice going into it. I don't know.
I totally agree. And I'll tell you somebody who I've been kind of watching lately. And if everybody wants to like hear my opinion on anything, I mean, there's a team there's a team on here that I would not sleep on at all. And I've been really thinking about it. And it's Les Hilton, right? Like the GA Tint squad,
Yeah.
because of what happened at WFCT. Like the whole he had to forfeit. He had to rip his window off and quit. And he's got something to prove coming back in. So he doesn't have pressure to win. He's got pressure to prove it to himself. I like guys when they have to come into that situation, especially with what we do.
Well, Jeff, for the viewers that are going to be watching this going into it, is there you've been doing this for some time now? Is there anything to look out for? Any kind of advice you would have to give, or just words of wisdom here before we close you out?
Just have fun, right? We built this platform for you, and we hope it's a fun, enjoyable way to add more to the experience that is, Tinter Battles. And we just hope people engage and have a good time. And we hope it raises the stakes too.
Yeah.
So.
No doubt there. Before we let him go, I got a question. Jeff, was it you that saw us online? Was it you, or who was it? Who on your team saw it? Was you?
It was me. Yeah. I reached out. Yeah.
Tell me that experience. Like, just tell me what that was like for you. Because see, we know what it's like to be inside the pond, right? But you're over here in the ocean, and we don't know what it's like being in the ocean. So we don't ever know the optics. Tell us like what reeled you in. Like, what did you like? What did you see?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think I think there, and I apologize for not knowing his name, but I think he was the previous champion, the guy with the big mohawk.
Oh yeah, Marcus. Yep,
Marcus. Yeah. So I think I saw an upload, and it was this tall guy with a mohawk doing this like competitive, window tinting competition, and I had started the Instagram account and the Instagram page, and so I kind of created a feed that would just kind of show me like interesting competitions. I think like the algorithm kind of learns, and I saw it and I was like, this is amazing. And so, followed and reached out, and very glad to have gotten to meet you both, and hopefully get to meet more people within the community. And and when you looked at the engagement too, just like the engagement around the content, and also just like the event themselves, you could tell there's sort of like an electricity about it, much more so than some of these other fringe like sports that are out there, or up and coming sports that are out there. And so I thought I just got really drawn into it. And Marcus with the mohawk, that was the hook. That was like the first thing I thought that got me, if that makes
we got to get him a Marcus shirt. He's a Marcus fan. We got to get him a shirt.
We got to put out props where it's like, if you wear the mohawk prop, it's like just like your support for Marcus. Do the mohawk Marcus.
Yeah.
Look, I know somebody can get you his autograph, so I'll get that for you. Yeah.
Nice. If I'm lucky, I can finally meet him or high five or something. Yeah.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool having posters of Marcus at the show.
Sure.
But anyways, Carly, any last final comments here for Mr. Jeff?
No, just thanks, man. Thanks for thanks for taking the jump and helping us kind of like navigate this pool. We know it's a lot of work, and we totally respect you for it, and we look forward to our future like adventures together, because there's going to be a lot more.
Absolutely. And thank you for the opportunity and for believing in us as well, and look forward to working with you more and learning more together and improving it. And I think it's going to be a great event. Thanks for having us along for the ride. Appreciate you.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, Jeff. We'll be catching up with you probably sometime in the future. But everybody, this has been Jeff, the man behind Streambet.tv, signing off here. Scoogy that.
Yeah.
Now get out of here.
Commentator Carly. Hey, you're next, dude. I'm going to, I don't know.
Don't think I don't have some cookies and ice cream I want to eat right now.
So Fernan is asking where you can see the team's info. That is going to be on blogs.streambet.tv. So let me go ahead. It's I still have it here. So let me pop that back up. I don't know if you could see it up here, but let me add this link as well. Copy. We're going to put that on the chat here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, man, I see Dave Dellinger's on there too. Dave's also on the board there.
Oh.
He goes, you got to see it live. Yeah, so Ferdinand, that's the stats info right there. Is blogs.streambet.tv. That's where you can see it. You know what? I'm going to be posting this on a group as well after we get off.
Yeah,
but dude,
yeah,
Dave Dillinger's on there. I'm surprised you weren't mentioning Dave. It's like, do you
I
not
don't
have
wanna
confidence in him? I know you guys are close. Both of you are technically Davids.
I'm just not breathing any oxygen into that guy. You know what I mean? He doesn't.
Dave Dellinger, the Switch Reaper there. He's got the home field advantage with David Kratz coming into the Tinter Battles Automotive Teams division. But hey, man, overall, I did want to go review a couple of things. The lodging and information is on the website, tintertainment.com. For those that are booking on there. The Royal Sonesta has been kind enough to set aside a block of rooms for us for the show. It's technically the more cost-effective solution because when you factor in Uber drives to and from and everything else that it involves with transportation, it's actually a little bit more expensive. So if you stay at the Royal Sonesta, it's the most convenient. It's designed to be a one-stop destination point. The show is on a Saturday and a Sunday. It's on a weekend. So we purposely did it this way to avoid or to minimize disruption to everybody's daily lives and their work life. And also anybody under 18 will enter for free. So if you've got students, if you've got new hires, or if you have kids of your own that you want to introduce them to the career of window tinting, we are having a massive tint PPF and flat glass training seminar that will be taking place between the hours of 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. Let's see. We got here Brent Dahlberg, big fan. Brent Dahlberg says, howdy, Chad. Hey, what's up, Brent? I'm not sure. I don't think we've ever met, Brent, but I don't think you've been to a Tinter Battles before. I hope you're coming out to this one. Yeah, he's probably registered. Sorry for the spacing on the names here. For under 18, do we need to register them? Yes, you do. Dustin Gonzalez, if you've got anybody under 18, either send me a message and I'll get that information out to you. There's an access code on there. So let me actually do this real quick so we can do this live and in living color from Houston, Texas. So let me go ahead and reshare that screen back up on here. This is a website. When you log in, you're going to see this right here. When you click on get tickets, it'll take you over to this page, right? Now let's go back to the homepage, because all you have to do is when you log in on the homepage, you scroll down a little bit. Right here on the left side, you'll see get directions. So when you do land there, it takes you over straight to the site. Scroll down a little bit and you'll see this little ticket system here. Right up here on the left side, it says use ticket access code. This is the code that you're going to enter to get access to the tickets and allow you to enter or register tickets for anybody 18 and under for free. So yes, 18 and under, they do need registration in order to keep head count, but they do not need a payout or anything like that. So by the way,
I want to see how important that is too, man. Like I want to see a lot of kids come out. I want interaction. You know what I mean? Like
tinteraction.
Yeah, we want some tinteraction.
Well, I mean, like it's right, and see, like, and bringing the introduction of this career set to a whole new generation of people. It's really keeping the career alive. But not only that, man, it's like anything else. It's a young man's game. It's a young woman's game. It's when you have the most energy, when you're the most youthful, and things like that. So getting more younger people involved is going to just elevate the industry that much more as a whole. So this, like I said, this is an opportunity for whether it's your own kids, whether it's friends, whether it's new trainees, new hires, bring them out to the show, have them be at Tinter Battles. It's a life-changing experience every single year. It blows it out of the park every single year. And this year coming into it, man, there's so much anticipation coming into 2026. Carly, we had a show scheduled in 2025, but it was a show that did not happen. And frankly, I don't know if there was going to be a Tinter Battles anytime after that. However, it was a massive relaunch. And of course, we brought it to Houston, the home of NASA, the home that the place that put the first man on the moon. And we're for the big relaunch of what's coming in with Tinter Battles. I mean, Jordan Shady J Jernigan says he forgot to register his chitlins. Jordan, never too late, my friend. Let me pull up the actual. Where is this thing? Yeah, but no, we've got an access code here. I'm just going to find out. I believe. I'm having a Tinternet interferences. God dog. Man, so we're approaching about a month out. Let's see here. Man, I'm not loading. I'm having some Tinternet issues. I believe it's Youth 2026 is what the access code was, but I'll confirm that. I'll post it on the Facebook group. And by the way, if you're watching this live, you're not a part of our Facebook group. It's search Tinter Battles Community Group. That's a lot of the updates and a lot of the internal posts get made there. So join that group and you'll get access to access codes and promotions and things like that of that nature. So Tinter Battles Community Group on Facebook is our community chat group there for the show and the Tintertainment platform. So, hey, 1 month out, Carly, how are you feeling about it?
It's a good way to explain it is like walking into a concert and you're just you're ready to see the band play. You know what I mean? Like you're anticipating. It's like we live for this moment. We live for everybody getting together and like just this excellent competition that we know everybody pours their heart and soul into. All the pride in the world is on the line. So watching these guys prepare and knowing that you're a part of that, for me, it's controlled chaos. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah,
that's a good way to put it for me. Like it's keep it on the wraps because I want to get excited, you know, but at the same time, I am excited. But I want to keep my emotions in check because I understand how big this is for some of these guys. I understand that it for guys that win these competitions, it's life changing for them. It's also life changing in a lot of other aspects of their life. So it's fun watching them win. You know what I mean? Just knowing that I'm on the train and get to watch that happen. Doesn't matter what seat I'm in. It's a really cool feeling. It's very humbling. I'm very humbled to be here.
Oh, I see. Sorry. So the access code is actually training 2026. So that's the access code. If you're bringing anybody under 18, use code training 2026 to get access to those tickets and bring people out here. I believe Sean G, I think you're going to be registering your son, if I'm not mistaken. That's probably why he's asking, which, by the way, you remember seeing his son compete, don't you, Carly?
His son's going to be a force to reckon with one day.
Do you remember whenever he took on Avery Wells? I think Avery was one-handed, I believe, which I don't know, man. I don't know if you tie Avery's hand behind, he's technically one-handed for him, but I mean, he still has a larger wingspan than most people with both of their arms put together. But hey, Avery Wells, Sean G. Tintman of one of the teams there registered to compete, and you can also put your bets on them on Streambet.tv for the Tinter Battles World Championships competition there. So yeah, training 2026 is the code. A dominant hand behind your back. Yeah. So I remember Dustin Gonzalez there talking about that. Cool, man. Hey, guys, I put out the Tinter Battles in the Tinter Battles group. I put out the link if you wanted to join us live. Jordan Shady J, if you want to join us live for a 10-15 minute here snippet, you're more than welcome to join us. Perfect. Sean G just registered somebody. So he said that worked. Training 2026 is the access code on the website itself. So that's the code that you'll want to use if you're bringing anybody under 18 to get them in the event for free. Get some full access passes to the show as well. We do have a couple of partners here that are going to be coming out, joining with the event itself. A common question that has been asked is, what's the film being used? And it is going to be a 20% VLT film. So whatever brand manufacturer, as long as they're listed on the Tinter Battles partnership board, you can use that film. But 20% VLT is the film that we're working with in order to allow certain transparency where we need them, but also to allow it to be dark enough for people to see a lot of the imperfections and things of that nature, which will be hugely important when it comes to the judging system. And one of the things that we're doing with the judging system as well, too, is we're allowing people to earn points, which I don't know if you've been practicing, Carly, but like, how good of a shaver are you when it comes to doing automotive tinting?
I leave that to the young kids.
Why is that?
I mean, I know how to do it. I mean, but for me, look, again, I'm here to tell the story now. I'm not here to even talk to you and get you. You ain't gonna get me riled up on national television.
Why not?
Because that's what you're trying to do. I know.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to find out if you were competing, I'm trying to figure out whether I would put a bet on you or not. And if you're telling me you don't know how to shave, then I'm like, then okay.
I love what we're doing. I love the bonus points. I love what we're doing there. That's going to be really cool. You know what I mean? But it's risk versus reward, right? So you have to think like you're not going to lose any points if you don't do it. But then if you have somebody that's really good at his practice and then they do it, those points could be massive. I mean, they can change the whole outcome. So it truly does move the land. It moves the goalpost again, right? So this is what makes the events when you sit down and think about it, and then you run it past me, and we talk about it so much. It's these little things that people don't realize that moves the goalpost so much that there's a whole nother level of excitement to it, right? Like there's never been, and nobody's ever done an event before where you can get points. It's always just take points away. Now you can gain points, bonus points. So I think it's going to create like some. I can see if it was me. Here's how I do it, and you can call me crazy if you want, because I've thought about it. Laying there, and I was like, you know what? If it was me, most people are really good at shaving one side. They're really good at doing the right side or the left side, depending on what hand they are. So for me, I know I'm not going to lose any points by not doing the passenger side, but I'm really good at doing the driver's side. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shave the driver's side and get those bonus points. And then I'm not gonna risk it on the passenger side so I don't cost the points on other windows.
Yeah, so like to better explain, what the setup of this is going to be, if every edge of the Model 3, so every exposed edge that is successfully shaved will earn you 5 points. So let's, for example, like take the front driver's side door. There's 2 exposed edges. If you successfully shave those, that's an extra 10 points you can score on top of whatever else that you're going to be doing. The back window, there's 3 exposed edges. So 3 times 5 is 15. That's an extra 15 points for just that one door. And now whenever you're competing, for those that make it into the finals, that now you have all 4 windows plus a back glass to install, you can earn an additional 50 points on your score simply by just properly shaving every edge. Now, like Carly mentioned earlier, with extra reward comes extra risk. You will not be rewarded if there is some kind of imperfection or some kind of like inefficiency with that cut. So if you're going to go for it, you better make sure that you're actually doing it right, because if you don't, then it's actually going to hurt your score even further. Now, it won't hurt it any much more than if you were just micro edging it and you have like an offset or some kind of discrepancy. You still get counted off for that, but the only thing is you're just not going to earn those points. And Carly, I'm going to make the prediction right now based on the judging system that we have created here, that I don't see how a team is going to win first place without properly shaving everything. I just don't see it, because you're talking about adding 50 points. So in order to like wash that out and to go from 50 extra points to a negative 50, I mean, dude, if you're losing 50 points on the install, I don't see how you got into the finals in the first place. So what I'm thinking it's going to end up happening, I think we're going to probably see multiple scores getting over 100. It's just going to see who's going to have the highest score once it's all said and done, who's going to end up winning. And I don't see a strategy where the first place is not going to have shaved windows. I just don't see it.
I see it changing the outcome of the whole event. I'm excited about it. Like I am. I think it changes the whole event. I think it gives people a chance, like it really does. And somebody who's really on their game, and they roll the dice, and then it costs them 7-8 points instead of the other direction. It's a cool wrinkle. I hope everybody's prepared for it. And you know what? Every edge is different. So like, good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck. We'll be there to tell the story.
Dude, have you seen, so apparently like one of the best shavers out there is Byung-Yul. I haven't seen him myself, but he's constantly getting referenced from like, Eliot Bello and a few of the other like really elite installers that brag and boast about Byung-Yul's shaving technique. I haven't seen a video of it yet. That's something that maybe I'll hit him up and I would like to see it. But hey, they may go from 78% odds to 90+% odds with, just that, because again, dude, I think it's really going to determine who's going to win the entire team's automotive division here. I think it's going to be it's going to come down to the shaving, because you would really have to screw it up big time to successfully shave all your edges and not be in the top 3. And I just, dude, you would have to lose more than 50 points on this thing.
I agree. And here's the other thing about that too. If they were smart, they wouldn't release any of those videos of him shaving anything. If they were smart, like I wouldn't want anyone seeing. That's like their secret weapon, right? Like that's what's giving them the leg up. I wouldn't show anybody until after the event. I would just go.
I definitely, like if I was competing on this, first of all, like I would be doing, because I'd be playing a psychological game. I'd want to show everybody to get them a little bit nervous. And then I would probably place a bet on my own team so that I get more odds going into it as well. And then when I actually go compete, everybody knows like, okay, cool. Like look out for I would be showing that I'm the best shaver, but I would also be working on minimizing my point deductions whenever it comes to the judging. And we're going to be releasing this ahead of time. Sean G says that it's too late. The videos are already out. So, when we're going to be releasing the judging criteria sometime very, very soon, so that everybody has the opportunity to properly study the rules and study where the deductions are going to come from. But I mean, it's not going to, it's got to look, I would say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be a lot more stricter than what people typically see with judging, but at the same time, you have the opportunity to earn points back in and boost your score up even higher into the final. So, actually, speaking of which, we have a tinterruption on the broadcast here. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting here one of the competitors, none other than the host of the Dark Truth podcast, Jordan Shady J Jernigan. Join the Tinter Battles live stream podcast. Jordan, welcome to the show. God.
To foul.
Give him a second here. Jordan is here working on some technical difficulties. Dustin Gonzalez says, Byungyo set his blade, turn around and stare at the crowd and shave the window. No look. Wow. All right. So that's going to be, this is the stuff that I want to see, Carly. I don't know about you, but me personally, I love when someone's got a good chip on their shoulder and they're so confident in their abilities that they turn it into a spectacle, that they find the tintertainment in their skill sets and rally up a crowd. That is a quick way to get the cameras on you, get the voices of this industry. David, commentator Carly, the Texas Squeegee, they're commentating on the incredible techniques that we have the shaving here. Jordan Shady J Journey, I think I heard some noises here. Are we live? Are we good?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can definitely hear you now.
Okay, so I don't know what's going on with this thing, but it's not working correctly. Oh, well.
We have that moving goalpost is a game changer, Sean G says. Brent Dahlberg says, Shady.
Oh, what's up, Brent? Mr. Traveling Tinter. By the way, I told him in the past.
Oh,
oh
my God.
Sorry,
Brent, bro. WTF, man. I'm sorry, Shady. I didn't make the connection. The Traveling Tinter. No, I know him by his nickname. Brent. Got it.
Right.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
Connection made.
But anyways, I told him, I want to say it was like way before he even decided to go. What was going on? What happened?
More tinterferences.
I was popping on his show, messing with him too while he was doing his thing live. I kept popping into his lives and saying, "Why aren't you at Tinter Battles? No, you need to be coming to Tinter Battles. You need to come."
Dude, whenever that became so, I've seen Brent, the Traveling Tinter. I've seen some of his stuff online, and obviously, like I have a affinity for tintertainment and showmanship. And I heard this guy talking. I thought, this guy is like, dude, we got to meet at some point. Like the universe has to align themselves in a way where like the grand meeting comes together. And thankfully, I didn't see this happening. That was not on my what do they call it? It's not on my cards. Man, is it Jeopardy? Like that was not on my bingo card. Meeting the Traveling Tinter.
Right,
but anyways,
you can say that. There's a million ways, but that'll work.
Yeah, that was definitely one of them. Marco Cazorla says Byung-Yul is wicked with the pizza cutter.
Oh, he's good with that pizza cutter now.
That's right. He did that at the WFR. It was the rotating, the OFA rotator cover on that he had on there. Jordan Shady J joining us back on the live.
Hey man, y'all know me, dude. I got shady service. Sorry.
Here Cash says, did you know we posted a link to join the live? Yeah, it's posted on the Tinter Battles community group there. It's an open format. We got about 15 minutes before we're closing out the show. So that being said, sorry for the tinterruption there, Shady J.
No, dude, that's on me, man. It's my stuff. I don't know what's going on. I got to fix it all. Anyways, what I was going to say is I'm glad that Brent commented because like David was saying, I would always tell him, like, dude, you got to meet Carlos. I'm like, dude, you just have to meet him. Like, just meet him, and y'all are going to mesh well, and you're going to probably be a part of the event somehow. I was like, maybe you're going to take David's spot one day, whatever. You know how like Lee Corso bowed out.
David over there getting nervous.
Listen, and it's like how I'm just joking.
Hey, let's get a new Streambet going on. No, I'm just kidding.
How Lee Corso bowed out, and now it's no, I'm just joking, dude. And then you know how Lee Corso got replaced by Pat McAfee. You know, it's kind of one of those things. But
like a draft pick.
I'm glad y'all got him for the training. That's fucking awesome. I can't can't wait to see what he does with all that stuff. But when it comes to the betting shit, I think that's cool as hell, man. Like, it's something that I didn't see ever happening with this, and to see it happening is really cool. Really cool, because now, like you said, like, people can actually bet on you, and it's like, okay, well, if you want to win some money, bet on me, you know?
Yeah, man. I thought like that to me was pretty cool. And you and I often talk about, like, well, Shady J, more Tinternet Tinterruptions here live on the Tinter Battles podcast. No, man, but like there's a video clip on the Tinter Battles YouTube page where, like, Jordan is talking with Eric Devash, and he's just expressing like how thankful and grateful he is for like hosting the show and having a Tinter Battles event. That was 2021, and every time I think about Jordan, I think back to that time, because Jordan himself has experienced a lot of growth, but he's also one of the people that, dude, he's been at every show. So he's seen the growth of this since the very beginning, whenever we first started doing Tinter Battles. And like at the time, there really was no like championship belts. And then that got established. There really wasn't a teams division. That was first done at Tinter Battles 21. And then every single year, we've just been leveling something different for this. And in 2000 and I would probably say in 2024, no, really in 2023. Damn, I can't even remember when I really started to really think about tinting competitions more of a sport. I think there were like little realizations along the way. I think it started really with 2022 with the heat shrink battles, because whenever we set that up in Orlando, Florida, for me, it was like, I thought it was super exciting to see head-to-head competition that way, whereas the elimination style. And so I thought like it kind of light bulb started going off there whenever we also had David Dick, and he was on commentator, with Ceramic Pro. 2023 was starting to roll around, and the way that I started to approach more of like my personal role as a talent was being like, okay, I want to do announcing styles like Bruce Buffer and Michael Buffer, which obviously come from sports. And then the commentary, like, at the time it was Eric Devash and myself, laying down some commentary. But going into Tinter Battles 2024, it was we were wanting to keep building on sort of that sports-like feel, but taking it into the flat glass division. So we did that. 2025 we were supposed to have a show, which we wanted to really grow and expand that, but obviously 2025 wasn't able to happen. So we carried what we had in mind for that into 2026, and I think where I felt really, really good was the fact that it's one thing to try to promote something as a certain thing, but it's you kind of get the confirmation when other people start to receive it that way. So whenever we really started to really double down on the sports like production of it, to see others receiving it so well. And Carly, I don't know if you remember this, man, but it was the one time that I actually was welcoming the hater comments, because like whether you loved it or hated, you still recognized it as a sport. And that to me was like the win. So when people were like saying, I can't believe this is a sport now, I was like, hey, that's cool. Like, you don't have to like it, but the fact that you see it as a sport, like, that's a huge win for us. And everything has been coming from that momentum that we built on this. So this is pretty cool, man.
It was finding an identity, right? Like, I mean, we need to be transparent with the fans, the listeners, the people involved. It was finding an identity. We had an identity, but we didn't have an identity. And now it's developing into this identity, and it's coming very natural. I mean, it's so much fun. I can't say that enough. So I look forward to doing this. I don't really have a lot to say more than just let's go tell some stories, and let's blow the roof off the place.
Yeah, Tint Pro. So Tint Pro is Dami, who won heat shrink battles in Amelia Island. Recently I had a meeting with him last week. At the Rose and Esther, we were going over certain production setups and things of that nature. And the closer that we get to the show, the more the vision is becoming more clear. Because the further you're out, you especially whenever you have a vision for something, sometimes the vision isn't always clear. Like, you kind of know, it's like looking through the fog. You can see silhouettes and you can see shapes, but you don't see the details. And the closer that we get, the more details are starting to come out. And I remember just having that moment when I was meeting with the production team at the Rose and Nest. I just remember having that moment of like, this is getting closer and closer to being more of like the Amelia Island production that we had set up in 2023 out in Jacksonville, Florida. This in some ways it's smaller, but in other ways it's going to be much bigger. In the smaller, it's just meaning in the space that we're occupying. It's a little bit smaller than what we had on Amelia Island, but we did it with the intention to create a kind of like a studio-like atmosphere, because like energy is so much more contagious whenever it's in a smaller setting versus spreading people out on a huge spot. All of a sudden that energy doesn't really transfer. And like when you can feed off that energy, not only from the talent to the audience, but the audience to competitors, competitors to audience, you know, and it all works to create this awesome atmosphere. That's what was really exciting about the Royal Sinessa, that I was like kind of coming back to, especially for like, you know, personally speaking, after Amelia Island, I always felt like, man, I don't know if we'll ever be able to top this. But, you know, hopefully 2026 is definitely looking like a contender to really, really, really like put on a show that maybe is equally, if not better, but, you know, through different forms. And I don't know, man, that's pretty exciting for me. I walked out of that like with a breath of fresh air, like, okay, there's a lot more detail getting ironed out here. And even though there's a lot of work still to be done, I'm very excited for January. God. Oh,
Yeah.
Jordan's sound is out again.
Oh, can you hear me?
There you go.
Yeah.
Now you're good.
Okay. Do you feel like y'all are just like far more prepared because of the ones you've already done in the past that were a little larger scale, like Amelia Island, or do you think it's just because you've, you know, had more help this time, or you have a clear vision this time, or is there like something like an exact thing that like makes you feel that way? Or
Let me answer this, because
Shady J with the great questions.
Yeah,
Go
you're
ahead.
going to get two different
It's
answers
part of
here.
the job.
No, you're going to get two different answers here, and thanks for asking that question.
Yeah, no problem.
I think what makes me and Carlos work so well together is we see things from different perspectives, right? Like I will see things from one point of view, he'll see it from another, and then we try to align, and it works out. Obviously, he's the boss. What he
Right.
says is what we're going to do regardless. But I'm always going to give him some pushback on a different perspective. And he laughs, but he knows I'm telling the truth.
No,
I
no,
think-
you are. Yeah.
You
I
have
think
to for it to be a good idea. You have to have
Yeah.
pushback, because then
Yeah.
if you don't have
Yes.
any resistance, it's just kind of like it's boring, you know.
It's an
Yeah,
echo
so-
chamber.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right. And nobody needs that. So I would tell you that where Carlos may have fell in situations where we have fallen short, I believe we actually gained a shit ton of momentum. And there's times when I probably felt we fell short on something, and Carlos probably felt like we gained a shit ton of momentum. And there's
Right.
been a lot of that happen where we've had lots of talks and lots of, you know, backstage communication, which is being very transparent. And there's things that, you know, definitely didn't rub him the right way. But you know, for things to ever be great, you gotta skin your cut. You gotta skin your fucking knees sometimes, man. You gotta
Right.
you get on a bicycle. If you fall on a fucking bicycle and you skin your knees up, it ain't about how you fell. It's about how many times you get back up. So in this world of this adventure of what he's creating, we're skinning our knees up, and I'm going to show you a ton of scars. But I tell you what, the way that I believe in what we're doing, we're going to win. We're gonna, there is no plan B. Plan A is it, and I'm going to have scars, but we're going to win.
Good. I like that.
Yeah, to kind of mention with David Carley. No, man, I like taking a lot of feedback, because when you're setting out to do something different or something new, like you can't know, but at the same time, you can't let the fear of the unknown prevent you from either trying something or you know, taking a chance on something, like, you know. So for one of the reasons why I feel pretty excited about for this Tinter Battles in particular is like, it's you know, in previous times, and we can relate this to like being a window tinter, your first time many times, like doing your first flat glass window is not going to be the best. You know, your first time doing a car is not going to be your best. And so, but it's the point is like, you at least get one rep in there. Like, and as long as I'm a firm believer, man, as long as you can survive to fight another day, you won. Like, as long as don't quit, don't die. You can survive to fight another day, you won. Like, you get another shot. But I would say for this year's Tinter Battles, man, like the organization of it has been a lot better in terms of like the back end organization. Like, you know, we're a lot better structured going into it. This year we're trying different things where we're not really taking like a huge risk on, like, for example, inventing a new competition. You know, like Heat Battles was 2022. Sometimes you don't know how these things are going to happen until you, like, the first take is what everybody goes through. Like, it's showtime. You don't really get a lot of rehearsals behind it, because, you know, that's probably been the toughest part is like, we don't really, like, it's not like we can, hey guys, we're going to do a mock-up Tinter Battles a weekend before. So everybody who's going to come show up the week before, and then we're going to run it and then we're going to do the real one. Like, you can't really do that.
Rehearsal. Right.
Yeah. So like, you know, you have to, in a way, get into like deep thinking to think about like what could go wrong, what could not go wrong, disperse certain tasks, and as best as you possibly can, do some run-throughs and rehearsals, which we've been doing a little bit of that at the shop. But it's, again, once you have everybody there, the lights are on, the cameras are fired up, man, you really get one take to do it. And that's part of the magic of live show and entertainment that I love.
Right.
And so, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I feel pretty good about this one. Is like this is our 5th one. It's not our first rodeo. This is our 5th one going into it. And
I've seen each one, and I've seen each one change drastically each time. So I like to hear what y'all's feedback is of actually getting it together too. I do have another question. What is something that has failed at Tinter Battles in the past that you would love to see actually succeed?
Carly, you want to take that one? Because I'm very hypercritical about it.
Or something that y'all had in the works that hasn't been able to, I guess, been timing wise, or like something that y'all been talking. You don't have to give me like something that's secret or whatever, but like just something. Because I've got one. I like the MacGyver challenge. I thought that was fucking awesome, and I thought that should 2022. I thought that should have been way bigger than what I didn't even watch it because I forgot that it was going on. That was the one I loved the most. I thought it was cool.
So I'm going to drop a golden nugget. Here's what I would like to see happen and like for it to work. I want to see more people be able to compete. And how that happens is through qualifications and regional events, for the show to be big enough to carry regional events and be able to bring a shit ton more people out to compete. And those people qualify for the world championships. I mean, it's a system.
Yeah. I like that.
And I would like to see that happen because I know there's a lot of people that always want to compete, but they're afraid or they can't do this. So here's the win.
Or it's too
instead
far.
of them instead of them having to come to the show, I want to take the show to them.
Yeah.
So everybody has a chance.
Stage on wheels, bro.
Stage on wheels.
Stage on wheels.
Yeah, man.
18-wheeler and just like Optimus Prime, dude, just turns into a stage. You know what I'm saying? That'd be cool.
It's funny, dude. Like the more that this grows, the more, because I studied a lot of WWE's history as a company, and so whenever they're in town, you always see like their big 18-wheeler trucks rolling in, and I never really questioned like, what do they have in there until recently, because when we brought it back to Houston, like there was a very specific reason for it. The types of shows that we do, man, like it's very, very heavy on production. It's very heavy on branding and having a coordinated group of staff to really make the show go good together. And when you're working with people that don't live in the same area, that all have to fly in, and then that's the only time you get to really spend together, there's only so much you can push the quality. There's only so much you can innovate with the team when you're that limited on how many rehearsals you can do. So when we brought it to Houston, we were relying, obviously it gives us a much more production capability. And the more that I kept thinking about this, the more I was like, it'd be cool to take it to like a different region. It's like, well, what is that really going to mean? I was like, that's going to mean you got to take glass stands. You got to ship all this stuff out.
Right.
Which then I'm like, that's why WWE has those 18-wheeler trucks. Now I get it. It's like for us to do that. You're going to have to get all that stuff set up, which, again, I mean, they're all challenges that have a solution to them. So that is something that's definitely, I would say probably in our future, doing more like smaller scale shows that we can treat as regionals, and then those we've all lead up to the WrestleMania of tint competitions, Tinter Battles. So, but man, to answer your question on mine, just like a small thing that I really wanted to get better was the live stream from when we set it up last year at the Wiz Castle. We were trying to really go for like ESPN quality style. We had a lot of internet issues that we didn't anticipate, but again, it's like, hey, your first time doing anything, sometimes you don't know what you're going to run into until you do it. Right. So, but this year for 2026, we have plan A, plan B, and plan C to try to get as best of a quality production stream going, because it's not only for people that can't come to the show, but it's also going to be for the people that have put their bets on this teams to also watch and stream the show properly.
I forgot about that aspect of it. Yeah, people that aren't there that are betting on it probably would want to see,
Yeah, exactly. And I know like Streambet.tv, like they have their own promotional channels to get more viewership to watch this as well. So I know that they're going to be working on that. So it's kind of a collaborated effort really to get as many eyeballs on this as possible. So Are you bringing anybody underage daughter might be
yeah.
coming back out?
Yeah, my daughter and my son are coming. They'll be there again.
Nice.
They were
Oh,
at Wiz Castle, and they that's why I mentioned something earlier about the idea for like a kids corner, basically,
Yeah.
like in a little art studio or whatever. And you know, that's right up Carrie's alley, just saying. But
yeah. I think they have something. I don't.
That'd
They
be
haven't told
awesome.
me anything about Tinter Battles. We did it in 2022. I remember that. Yeah, that would be pretty cool for them to.
because my son,
Anyways,
he's
Eric,
already,
if you're listening,
yeah, he's already talked about how last year when he was there, he was actually selling pictures that he was drawing to people. They were like, I think Cadeau bought one, and there was a couple other people, but he was like, I'm ready to go make some money. And I'm like, dude, we're not going there just for you to sell my, sell friends pictures, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
I told him, I was like, you can do your drawings, and if somebody wants one, you talk to him about something, but
yeah.
I'm looking forward to the hype coming up, leading up to it, because now we actually know the teams and stuff like that. And I don't know if people are going to be making a bunch of videos this year or not, but in the past, whenever people have made like hype videos and stuff, it's been pretty entertaining to watch. So
Dude, did
everything
you see
leading
that?
up to the event, I'm pretty excited for.
Did you see the AI video that the Miller brothers made with them
Yeah,
training?
dude, I was like, oh my God. I was like, that's terrible.
I almost believed it. As soon as I saw the Tinter Battles belts. And like ChatGPT is, you can tell that it's AI whenever you actually read the text that they put in front. And that's
Right,
what kind of
exactly.
gave it the giveaway. Because I first legit thought it was them. I was like, when the hell did Josh get so jacked?
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna have
was
to
like,
call him
there's
Jacked
no
Up Josh.
way. Yeah, I was like, there's no way that's really Josh, dude, because he ain't but about this tall, dude. And there's no way. I mean, he's in good shape, but I mean, he's not fucking hulked out or nothing.
No, like they got the runner's shape, It's like
Right.
they're lean, but they're not like Mr. Olympia fucking jacked,
Right. Yeah. I just
But
got the good old dad bod.
dude, I mean, well, I want to ask you, like, what are your feelings or your emotions or thoughts going into 2026? This being your 5th show, you've come consecutively every single year. From your perspective, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, and I'm not going to let you. No. You're not going to do this
here we
humble
go.
answer shit. You're going to come with it strong, because you're going to say some bullshit about, I'm just happy to be here. I just want to fit. No. I want to.
No, not at all. That's not at all what I was gonna say, man. Me and Johnny got some shit to prove. I mean, we've been quiet, and we want to come in there and remind people that we might have not finished in the same year one year, but we did work together for a weekend, which was nice because we work well with each other. There was no like his work was great, all that kind of stuff, whatever. But like we just kind of flowed like it was in a shop mode, and we had never worked together in the past prior, stuff like that. And I'm pretty fucking confident, honestly, because I've been hand cutting this whole time for a year because I just came up with my over 1 year in business for myself. So
hell yeah. Hold on, we need some.
All I've been doing is hand cutting, dude. So, and I did make a post about needing a Tesla. I said I give somebody a free tint job if they got a Tesla Model 3 that I can borrow. And one of my previous customers actually brought one, and yeah, feeling pretty confident with the shaving and all that good stuff.
That was my next question.
I went through about 50 feet of a 20-inch roll just doing doors over and over and over and over. I even did like some really brittle, like colored flat glass film that Caden, right? Like the stuff that he was using on his videos from Solar Graphic Films or whatever, just to see how much I could get cut, like just different qualities of film. Even if I know we're going to use the film that we're used to probably, but I just wanted to use something different just to kind of get my practice in, I guess. And then the shrinking of the back glass wasn't that great, but Johnny said he's got that covered. So when we do get to the finals, when we are in the finals, he's going to handle that, or maybe we'll see. We've talked a couple different strategies. We've got some that are like time efficiency focused, some are quality efficiency focused. But yeah, we're coming in there with a head of steam, and we're gonna do our best to kick all these champions' asses. You know what I'm saying? Belt the ass, they call it.
Carly, you remind me of. I think there was like a 50-point deduction if you don't complete the back window, right?
Yes.
It's something like that. I think I remember seeing
Oh,
that
that
on,
ain't a
on
problem.
our judging criteria. But I mean, it's an hour time limit. So doing 4 doors, back window, in a full hour time limit. I'm
It's
guessing,
easy.
dude. I'm guessing probably Johnny's going to be on the back window, and you're going to be on side doors, right?
It might be a mixture. We've talked about 2 different ways we might tackle it, so we haven't decided which one's going to work best yet. So, but we're gonna continue to discuss it, and based on what he's comfortable with, I'm comfortable with at the moment, then it's basically gonna be a game time decision. You know, if you want to put it in football terms.
Game time doesn't, man. Yeah, and you got to make it through the prelims on day 1, you know, and then you get into the
Easy.
finals, and then that'll be that. But man, dude, 18 teams going into the prelims. And only 5 of them are going to move on to meet the
I love
6
it.
and the champions. So you're being Autobahn. Do you talk to Mike Powell or Kai Whalen at all?
Whoa. Get it right, son. Be rocking Edge.
Oh,
We're rocking Edge.
All right, you're being Edge. Do you think that you have the competitive edge?
You said,
or do you think that they have the competitive edge?
Uh-oh. And now Carlos is gone.
What?
And now I'm gone.
No, you're not gone. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, we could hear you.
Oh, okay. It must have been loading or something. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I said with Team Autobahn, Mike Powell, Kai Whalen, do you feel like they have the competitive edge?
Maybe, just because they are the past champions in auto, they did get, a year, almost 2 to rest, because they're old and all that good stuff. And they got to, go on vacations and sip their Mai Tais and be rich, all that good stuff. And, flying their jets and security film it up,
That's Mike Powell. Isn't he known as like Mr. What do they call him?
Mr. Autobahn, and he's
Mr.
got his
Autobahn.
own private jet and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
He always says rich people. I'm just busting balls here, but
that's funny.
But they with them winning without having any prior even desire to want to be in the competition, you never know. Like David said, it's any given Sunday basically. So whoever's the best that day in the prelim shit, you could see Byung and Eliu not even make the finals because, you never know, right? They're highly favored. They're very good, but you never know when, the blade skips 3 times in a row and your time's up,
Oh, or the other one is you never know if your window's tripped up, you forgot and you slammed the door shut and now you damaged the vehicle.
There you go.
That
So
I feel.
Never mind, I'm not going to get into that. Be ready, Poppy. I'm ready all day.
Dude, Eliu's been doing a lot of like physical training for the show. He's been posting up on the Instagram stories at Poppy Eliu, and he's been doing a lot of physical training for this. I myself have been doing some physical training as well. I'm trying to, my game plan, at least going into Tinter Battles, is as a talent, as a performer, is just putting my headspace and physically putting myself in like the absolute best version I can create of myself, so that then I can serve the audience and serve the event in the absolute best form. But speaking of David, commentator Carly, I see you there shaking your head because the
Today
question
was leg day, Carlos. We're all getting in shape, baby.
Well, I want to know what David commentator Carly's regimen is in here because I know he was shaking his head because I was teeing it up for him. So commentator Carly on the spotlight. What is he physically draining, like over the top powerlifting regimen that you have set for yourself?
I have to have enough mental strength to keep you in check. It's going for me. I've been doing these. I've been taking online therapy classes, how to deal with someone who's a psychopath, egotistical, arrogant, cocky. And I've learned a lot of things. I've learned the most important thing is I don't have to attend every argument I'm invited to. So that is angled towards you, my friend.
So your strategy is the power of evasion is what you're saying.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, that.
The power of evasion, man. Well, I hope you don't evade the mouth of the South, as Cash Caduce has just said there. And on Tinter Battles, January 10th and 11th, Royal Sonesta live in Houston, Texas. What Some, including me, are calling the grand relaunch. But we'll see. Yeah, man. Anyways, pretty exciting things. We have some merch coming out, including some of these shirts here. Really, to be honest with you, man, I just want people to have merch out there. We're not really trying to make some revenues off of it. So when we do release them, I'll have discount codes to get it at cost as well. Solar Guard is going to be coming out with a Tinter Battles. It's called like a Solar Guard version of the official Tinter Battles themed shirts. We do intend on having those there for anybody that is competing in all divisions. We're also assembling what we're calling the battle bags. So Jordan, you're going to have a battle bag that you're going to have to pick up whenever you go to the event in the show.
I love the goodie bags, man.
Yeah, we'll be having some tools on there. We're still working on some other tool companies that I want to partner with. Gasket Pro Tools, Rodney McClure. He's one that I definitely want to get with. He's never really been involved in the shows in the past, but I definitely want his squeegees are pretty cool. The dehydras, the sledgehammers, really solid squeegees that I firmly believe deserve more recognition. Obviously, Kyle from Soak Shield 2.0 has got his flat glass pounder squeegees, which Carly and I just recently laid a ton of square footage in the summer, some 8 mil and 7 mil, and we used nothing but the Soak Shield 2.0 squeegees. And dude, for the price that he's selling them for, man, they're unbeatable, dude. They're as good as anything else that's out there. But for the prices that he's selling them, I feel like he's really looking out for the tinner, because he's really making it so that they're affordable, they're accessible. You can get them, you can buy them in volume. You can buy them, gift them here for Christmas season. And we, at least the intention is to have a lot of those available at Tinter Battles as well. So battle bags will be provided for all the competitors competing. And if you're in multiple divisions, you're going to have multiple battle bags.
Nice.
And
Vernon says you're free.
I just did, 1,500 square foot of 21 mil with them, and I love it. I think it's great.
Dude, his long handle with a white block. The white block, to me, I think he's selling them for $10 a piece. Dude, it's crazy. Like it's good enough to install solar film, and it's sturdy and strong enough to do security film.
It's 21 mil security film.
So yes. You went 20. Well, see, I've only gone 8 mil. I don't. So you can confirm 21 mil is good for that too.
Absolutely, had no issues. No.
Yeah. No. Well, then
security film.
Never done security film. Well, if you want to try it, dude, Tinter Battles, the Tint and PPF training seminar.
I'll try it.
Try it there. Yeah, Johnson will be there.
Strong arm it.
Dude, that's, by the way, we don't really talk a lot about the flat glass battles yet. It's going to be on upcoming shows, but damn, flat glass battles having security films in the competitions for the first time. Oh man, I know of one team for sure, like specifically partnering up is it's Pete. Pete is partnering up with Logan, who was David commentator Carly's pick there for competition. Both of them wanted to compete, but they didn't have a partner. And to me, that's one of it's like a perfect yin and yang version, because Pete is really good on solar, doesn't have a lot of experience with security, and Logan, who's his partner, has a lot of experience with security, but not on solar. So the two coming together, man, it's going to be an interesting strategy there. And speaking of flat glass, Donnie Dixon here joining us on the live stream podcast. Donnie, right before we were about to head out, man. But shout out to Donnie Dixon. He was one of the recipients that for the first Tinter Battles that we held in 2021. Donnie Dixon overcame cancer, and he is live in living color, stronger than ever before. He's a trainer for the XBEL training programs on the flat glass division. And I think Donnie, hopefully he might be at Tinter Battles. He was at Tinter Battles last year. Hopefully he's going to be joining us there, coming up again here in Houston, Texas, January 10th and the 11th. So welcome, Donnie.
Love you, Donnie.
Oh, man. Anyways, dude. Jordan, you got some shows coming up here with, I believe it was Fernan, the Tinter. I call him the Tinter Boogeyman.
Yeah,
Tinter's Boogeyman.
I got Fernan and Tani on this Wednesday, 7:00 Central Standard Time, Facebook, YouTube. Can't wait to talk to them. I love how they work together at these competitions, and how she's like his corner person. I was going to say cornerman, but his corner person, like anything that's going on, he's calling out to her. You've said this before, everybody said it, but like they're always in communication. So like, I just love that. It's one of my favorite things to see, because they're just like the same person split in two different areas of what they're good at. You know what I mean? And whenever you see him compete, she is like she's competing, and it's like that's her work too. So it's like she wants to be on him like he's on him too. So it's just like a double whammy in his head. So I want to get into how he survives that in a sense. You know what I mean? Like how do you take on yourself and your partner when it comes to the competitive spirit and the passion that goes behind that? Like it's just something I've never really seen very often. And when you do see it, it's just like it's majestic, in my opinion.
Well, I've seen him, Carly. You don't know if you remember commentating on him at WFCT, but like Fernie was competing and Donnie was on the other side. I think what makes them such a powerful duo too is that they both have the same strive for excellence, but they have two different perspectives. And like whenever the end goal is the same, it's like you want to excel and you want to win. When you can get a team to rally, even if it's a team of two people, when you can both rally behind the same vision and the same result, then you have like different perspectives, but driven towards that same mission. And that's what I think makes them like really I think like a really elite team. Especially coming into to Tinter Battles, but you know, like
we compete against him again, man.
At WFR, like she was partnered in with Damian and Fernan
as the
which, to be honest with you, man, in the beginning, I thought this is going to be kind of interesting because they got to do a windshield, 4 doors, and a back window in the finals. One of them is not technically like an experienced tinter, and I remember, to me, I thought like as a fan of the sport of competitions, I thought that was like, well, man, that's going to be interesting. I don't know how this is going to play out because I thought it was kind of a disadvantage,
right?
But clearly it was not. Like clearly there was very calculated strategy.
Yeah, it's a huge benefit in my opinion because you don't have that many hands on it. You know what I mean? Like you don't have that many people and personalities working with their work. In a sense,
when you're hyper focused on something, one of the hardest things to do is to slow down and take care of quality control. So I think that formula, I think we're going to see people do that more in the future, where you're going to have 2 people doing the grunt labor work of what it is, and then you're going to have somebody doing quality control and coming behind them and making sure that it's absolutely as good as it can be, and then making the call so they don't have to think. They can just go back and redo it or whatever the case may be. I think it's accidental strategic masterpiece is what happened in that situation.
They dude, no, not so. That wasn't the impressive part too. Like they were the team that finished first above everybody else. Like we're talking about 2 tinters and a helper finished faster than 3 tinters with experience, like with which every other team had. They were the only ones that really had it. Like I've seen like a different strategy, but dude, their teamwork was undeniable, man. And it's like
confidence,
I felt like in that entire team, like Donnie was the foundation of that whole teamwork because she was the one that was doing the prep work, you know, pre and after, and all the guys focused on was literally putting film on glass, and they kept it to film on glass. They finished first. I think they finished. Did they finish top? Were they the first place winners in teams?
I mean,
I think they were.
I don't remember. I wasn't at that one,
dude. I think that they were because I remember. Fernan, if you're watching this, man, like, can you put the confirmation on it because I think. They finished first and they finished top.
I feel like they're built on that team was built on trust, like trusting the eyes of the person spotting. You know, like instead of questioning like the other tinter, because that's what teams do. They'll question your work, I'll question your work. She's questioning both of you, and y'all just have to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have to listen to what they say and trust it and move on. You know what I mean? And that aspect, in my opinion, is probably why they did so good, is because that's all they needed to focus on was her word instead of what they thought of the work. You know what I mean? Because once you start nitpicking your own shit, that's when it starts going downhill. If you have somebody going, hey, leave it. And then it's like, okay, all right, I'm leaving it. Don't mess with it. Go focus on something else.
Yep.
So
WFR 2025 auto teams, first place.
Yeah. Yep. There they go. And because they were definitely listed on the Streambet.tv, and I believe that content is still up and available on Tinter Battles page on Instagram. It's easiest to find on Instagram. You can probably find it on Facebook too, but Instagram is you just have to scroll through and you'll see it. Which we might actually repost this, man, because that was. I mean, it's definitely worth talking about. It's definitely something that needs to be talked about more. I think they're competing as a team though on flat glass. Fernan, I believe, is partnering with somebody else in the automotive side of it. Flat glass are definitely partnering up on that end as well. So, I mean, Fernan is the guy that competes in every single division that is
he's such a freaking
humanly
menace,
possible, dude. He's a machine.
He's a menace.
Yep, there you go. Like Donnie, they're confirming she was the one that cleaned and inspected.
I mean, that takes out so much time also. Like it takes away probably about, I'm going to say 15 minutes of not working. You know what I mean? Like to be able to stop or to have to stop and look at the window you just did and move on to the next one takes probably a couple minutes or whatever. But then when you're done with everything and you start looking it back over, that takes up time too. So while you're even moving on to every next step, you're being looked at behind your back and then getting told, you know, this is good, keep going, or you're going to have to stop and do this again, or come back to it later, or whatever. You know, if we don't have time, you're going to have to redo it or redo it now so you have time, whatever the case may be. That's how I see it being super beneficial also, or mainly.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you
time
can definitely bet your bottom tri-edge on the automotive division. Donnie is going to be on the other side of that barricade, probably yelling out some instructions and orders to Fernan, man, because you see it happening all the time. But you know, it's at Tinter Battles, man, it's going to be an electric atmosphere. We're having bleacher style seatings around the competition area as well to try to make it, you know, just do as best as we can to make it comfortable for people that are coming to this and want to watch it as well, so people can have seatings and stuff like that. But I don't think Donnie is going to be sitting down, dude. I think she's going to be right on the opposite side of that car, pointing stuff out, telling her, hey, and everything is within acceptable rules there. She's not breaking any rules by offering some guidance there.
Right, exactly.
You know, right. And if Fernand's strategy was to bring Donnie to maybe be eyes, as long as she can't get into the space, obviously, but she has to be behind the barricades. But hey, she may be able to offer some insights from even being behind the barricades, and that's all perfectly fine within the strategy. You know, it's
just get a drone, have her have a drone and it's flying around. She's like flying it, inspecting. It'd be funny.
Shrinking, we did 2 back glass, 3 driver side, 3 driver wins in multiple quarters.
Yeah, he just had multiples. Nice. But hey guys, I gotta hop off.
Come on, us too, bro. I'll see you guys. Hey, thanks for joining on the live, man.
Always.
Find it, Shady J Jernigan, on the Dark Truth Podcast, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, right? YouTube?
I don't have it on Instagram or TikTok. I just have my personal pages, but Facebook, YouTube, Dark Truth Podcast. If you don't follow, I appreciate it.
Follow him. Yeah. Be who you needed.
Right. Yep, right here.
All right, bro. Thank you for joining us. All right, man. That was Jordan Shady J Journey. Dude, always an awesome person to have on the show. He's had a lot of personal growth in the last, I'd say the last 4 or 5 years. So pretty cool to see that with him.
He brings good energy. It's almost his time. I mean, that's how he feels. That's exactly. I mean, I know where you're at mentally. He's going to bring.
I'm just thinking, dude. I'm thinking to when we announce the top 3, which for those that are still watching, you know, there is no evening ceremonies that we're having as a technical part of the event. We're more, again, we're moving this more towards a sports-like production. So like the winners will be announced right then and there. Then their celebration can be at a local restaurant, at a bar. The hotel will have a bar itself in there as well. So, but we're crowning the winners as soon as we can get the scores in, and the show will be over with everybody knowing exactly who won. And you know that we're projecting the show to be finishing up somewhere on the January the 11th, the final day on Sunday, somewhere between like 5 and 6 p.m. So that's going to be quite the exciting time. And man, if Jordan ends up playing those top 3, placing in the top 3, man, I think I'm probably going to be one of the more like happier people. But to be honest with you, I'm happy announcing anybody, man. Like really, this is such a stacked card going into the team's automotive division. I think it's going to be exciting no matter who places the top 3, and then obviously who's going to place the top 1 in the entire division.
Man, the story's going to tell itself, right? Like I'm just going to start preaching that. It's I can't wait for the story.
I already know it, dude. Drop the line. I know what you're going to say.
No, you can say it. You want to say it, you say it, because you know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, our job is not to master, but to shed light.
That's right.
Shed light on the truth, shed light on the industry, shed light on the competitors, and you know, shed light on this magical bus we call the Tintertainment bus.
That's it.
Long, strange trip, my friend, and it's just getting started.
I'm excited.
Well, anybody. For those that are still watching, thank you for joining us and thank you for watching here this Tinter Battles live stream podcast. Make sure you join our group, Tinter Battles community group on Facebook. Ask any questions there. We're happy to help. Tickets are still available on tintertainment.com. Direct lodging to the hotel that is hosting the event is also available on tintertainment.com. Everything is on that homepage. So when you log in to tintertainment.com, all you have to do is scroll down. We made it very easy to show up to the event itself. There are 2 airports that feed into the show, Hobby Airport and Bush International. They're both good. Hobby Airport is my personal favorite because it's more of a small town feel. Sometimes you typically find you can move in and out of that airport a lot quicker. However, not every airport flies to that. So make sure you check that. A Hobby Airport, HOBBY is the name, how you spell it. So anyways, Carly, closing comments here before we get off on the show.
Every week is going to get more exciting, right? Like every week's going to be more news to drop. We're just ramping up now. The real work begins. This is going to be awesome. There's a lot of stories here to tell. There's champions to be made, and I'm just excited. I'm excited, man. Like when I get excited, I get kind of quiet, and this is where I'm at. Like I am so ready to get this going. I want to start it tomorrow.
That's exactly. I would say about the same thing as for me as well. The excitement is rising up. It's getting an all-time high. Still a lot of work to tie up here, but nonetheless, we have an incredible show coming up January 10th and the 11th in Houston, Texas. For those who can attend, please come out to the show. For those who are maybe not able to attend, watch the live streams that are going to be streaming on Tinter Battles pages all around the Tinternet to the world. So anyways, that being said, this has been commentator Carly and the Glass City Filming and Tinter Beating Hellraising Trailblazing the Texas Squeegee. Thank you for joining us on this Tintertaining Podcast Live. We wish everybody a great week. Make sure to tune in to the Film Pros live stream after this show, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. I always forget this part. It's Cash's personal page in the Film Pros group. I think I got that right. So anyways, Film Pros group, look it up on Facebook, and Cash will be going on there live. So don't miss out that show and that program. This has been Carlos signing out here for like the 5th time. Wishing everybody a great night. Squeegee that. Boom. Ending the stream in 3, 2, 1.